Yeah, I've had a lot on my mind, I've had a lot on my chest. I wear my heart on my sleeve, I wear my heart like a vest. Work every day of the week, they told me I needed some rest. Want them to mention my name, whenever they mention the best. Damn, it feels so good to be back. The one and only had to take a step back so I could learn and adapt. I'm calling Dan, calling John and then Matt to tell them all to put their bets on me with every set that they have. You hear that detail in that instrumental, spill out my whole entire soul for me, that's fundamental. We put in work, that's why we're here, it was never accidental. It's time to see what we can find inside my fucking mental. Welcome back.
All right, test, 1 2 1 2. Okay, there we go. I got it. Hello. Hold on, let me get the thing going. Hello. Hi, how you doing? It's been a while. Haven't seen you. It's like a mistress or something like that of the sorts. I leave for a while, get what I need done, come back, normal family life, all that good stuff. But we're back. And should be on schedule for the rest of however long this stretch is going to be. But let you guys know that it was a very nice vacation. The last half of it was a vacation. Just kind of took some time to myself, chilled out, didn't really do much trading. There really hasn't been much to trade anyways. But I've been learning a lot of Elliott Wave theory, putting a lot of time into that. I know I haven't said hello to anybody yet. Just want to explain. But you know, it's been a wild ride. It basically started as kind of like this 3-day escapade where I pretty much stayed up for like 3 days straight reading these books. And I'll get to the books in a little bit if you guys are interested in learning the same things I put my time and effort into. But it's taught me a lot how to set targets, all this good stuff, in a different way than I was doing before. And I've been testing it out on the lower time frames, just kind of seeing the accuracy of it, and it's been absolutely fantastic. Today we're not going to really be talking about the micro. We're going to be talking about the macro. What I see coming here in the next, I don't know, however much time. Really don't care about time frames when it comes to when price action takes to work out, but we care about time frames around here. Um, so we're gonna be taking a look about the daily, 12-hour, maybe the 2-hour at the minimum, nothing below that. We're gonna be talking about some of the major supports, some of the major resistances. When do I think this will end? Maybe coming to an end today. Who knows? But we still do have a good, I would say, week and a half until this actually wants to complete. Uh, I would like to say that my money is still on the upside despite what's been happening. A lot of bearishness coming out of people within good reason. We've all been burnt at this region at one point in time, not too far ago. We just want to make sure it doesn't happen again. So everybody's kind of jumping the gun. But I do have to see the daily average get below this major support right here. This is made from the last couple of resistances before we took off back here in the last half of April. So you can see I kind of marked it out here, kind of taking some of the wicks as well as the averages here, trying to find the happy medium. And yes, we have gotten a wick below. This could be the start of a push to the downwards. But I need to see the daily average before I can start calling some of these lower numbers. But before we do that, let me look at the chat. Let me say hello to you guys. It's been quite a while, and I'm glad to be back. So thank you for being patient. I know there's been some people that have messaged me, "Hey man, you dead?" No, I'm not dead. I'm just figuring, learning all this stuff. So I appreciate it. Let's go ahead and look at the chat real quick. Let me bring it over here, actually. That way I can go ahead. Let me just bring it up, pop it out here, and I'm gonna go back here. Let me bring it right here. All right. That guy, what's up, man? Krypton, how you doing, buddy? Crazy Kangaroo, what's going on, man? I'm doing absolutely fantastic, man. Doing absolutely fantastic. Krypton, Kite is finally back. Yep, it's been a long while. Curiosity, do we have a gap at 9,220? Oh, we'll figure that out. Either way. But Obsidian, hey Kite, how you doing, man? How's it going? Crippler, Kite, good to see you again. You too, man. Appreciate you. Mrs. G, hello. I'm sure you're on the bearishness side of things. You always are. Let's see. Justo, hi there. How you doing, man? Let's see. Welcome back, says Ernesto. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. $8,700 next. Yeah, that's actually within reason. Let's go ahead and it's all in the music. Absolutely, man. Like you said in the song, you just been taking a step back to learn and adapt. And that's exactly what I've been doing. I've just been kind of patiently just sitting by. I really didn't feel the need to come back instantly. I told most of the people in the Telegram that it was only going to be about a week, maybe, before I came back. And obviously, it's been 24 days. But I mean, price action has not really done anything fantastic to talk about. I mean, yes, we've had a good couple jumps here and there, but no major supports or resistances have been broken. So I just kind of took my time, and looks like we're getting to the end of that. So we'll see. Let's see. The man, the myth, the legend. Welcome back, buddy. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Let's see. Kaitu, welcome back. Ooh. Thanks, man. Watching you from India. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Kite, hola, missed you, buddy. Missed you guys too. It's been kind like I said, I mean, I truly do mean it when I do take these long breaks. Something does feel off. It's a comforting and a unsettling feeling because I know, the more I put myself out there, the more people want to see my perspective. But sometimes I just gotta take a break. I don't have hundreds of thousands of people to get to. But you guys are important to me, but I just want to let you guys know that when I do take these breaks, it's not because you guys are ignoring me or anything like that. I'm a kid. I need time to myself, and I'm just spend time learning. All right, so let's talk about it. Let's go ahead and start with the MACD. Simplest thing I can go ahead and talk about. Let's go for the daily perspective, and this is something that I really want you guys to think about. Obviously, it could break, but the analogy that I like to use is imagine a divergence as somebody throwing a ball at a glass window. And if the opposite side of the waves end in convergence, basically the window did not break and the ball has to fly back at them. And usually, obviously it's not statistical data, but I would like to say that 25% goes into the window, 75% gets bounced off. So at the moment on the daily chart, we have not broken that line of bullish convergence. So there is perhaps a chance for us to see a fake out dip below and then get a bounce back above, just like we did over here back in October of 2019. That was a monumental day. A lot of people remember that. I remember it clear as day. I was sitting on the couch. My sister goes, Austin, Bitcoin is at, $8,000. And I'm like, oh, that's awesome. Let me go ahead and exit my short and enter along now. And she goes, Austin, Bitcoin is at $9,000. I'm like, well, this is a pretty good day. And she goes, Austin, Bitcoin is at 10,000. And I was like, okay, enough. Don't even tell me anymore. That was a pretty good day. So we could see something like that. Obviously, that was an insane day. China pump, all that good stuff. But other than that, yeah, that's the facts right there. We have not broken that line of convergence. Once I see these things get broken, obviously I change my point of view. But it's an if this then that statement. At the moment, I have to be bullish, even though the lower time frames have gone below that major line of support. Obviously, it's a general area. You can't pinpoint it. So we'll see how the rest of the day works out. And perhaps maybe tomorrow evening, that daily close is going to be very, very important to me. This daily close today isn't necessarily going to set anything into stone. So that's kind of my perspective on that. Let's go ahead and talk about the RSI. I think, yep, this is the correct one. This is also on the daily. I've taken two lines of support and resistance. Obviously, it's all perspective on what you can see versus somebody else. But we can see we got a direct bounce here. And then we've kind of been following this line of resistance all the way down this down channel. As well as that, we had 2 taps here, another tap here. I created a diagonal there. So we could perhaps get another bounce very, very soon off of this diagonal down channel on the RSI, perhaps leading to another push above that support, maybe for good this time. I'm not leaning one side or the other, in terms of opinion. I just have to simply go with the facts. And we have not broken the convergence. We have not broken the daily macro trend with any significant daily close. But obviously, once I see it, I can believe it. We can start trading it. But that's kind of my perspective on that. As well as that, I do want to let you guys know that this is going to be a couple months while I'm trying to transition more to Elliott Wave theory, trying to learn as much as I can. Obviously, I need to practice it now after reading all those books. But we can kind of see that we've already completed the first wave back here, this ABC pattern, as well as that it was a bullish flat correction, which obviously gives me more reason to think upside. And that this is just a simple retest building up for wave 2 in order for our push to wave 3. If this does happen, if we do happen to break back above 10,400, my next target would be, I think, exactly 11,582. We're doing that as a test run, see if that actually happens. But that's what I can get based off the mathematics. And that was actually back when I calculated back off of this move here. But if we do happen to end up lower, I can actually recalculate that, and we can probably even get something a little bit greater. Probably somewhere around 12,000 is what my best guess would be. But we'll see. But as far as RSI, MACD goes, that's what I'm seeing. We can go ahead and talk about Ethereum as well, because that is of particular interest to me in the past couple of days. So over here, let's go ahead and mark this out. A lot of my charts got messed up because something with my payments didn't go through, and I had to make a new account. So over here, let's go ahead and start marking out some of these major supports and resistances. Obviously, the first one we're seeing here, which we have not even gotten close to yet, is right there. Let's go ahead and draw a diagonal downtrend starting here. You can see that we're kind of following that now. We're kind of tinkering on the edge. If this does happen to break up, especially from Ethereum's perspective, it could be looking like a massive run-up. So I'm actually very, very excited for that. Unfortunately, though, I can see on Ethereum at the moment a inverse head and shoulders, which actually might actually have already reached his target, but we'll see if we get that bounce. And if you can't see what I'm seeing, let's go ahead and zoom in here. You can see a left shoulder here, a head, and a right shoulder. Obviously, it does look like we're just about to break that support there on the RSI. We'll go ahead and check it out. I do like Ethereum's price structure, though. It's a lot more easy to read than Bitcoin's at the moment. Obviously, you guys know me. I think horizontals are the way to go. And obviously, right here on Ethereum, we can see a direct horizontal relationship to what's happening right now. You can see this previous price action was using it as resistance. Right here, flipped to support, got a good bounce. But it doesn't seem like we have enough momentum yet at the moment. Trust me, we might be building it to break that macro downtrend. But we'll just have to wait and see. If not, I would probably be expecting somewhere around probably 187 on Ethereum if we do happen to break down. Probably 187 as a wick, and then probably somewhere stabilize around probably 194. Is probably what I'm looking at. You can see that is the horizontal resistance over here. Obviously could be used as support. And it's kind of the average right before we made this inverse head and shoulders to make a leg up. So we'll see how that goes. That's Ethereum. Let's go ahead and look at the MACD on Ethereum. Is it showing the same signs of bullish convergence? Well, yes, it still is. And actually, we do look to be trying to make at least some sort of exaggerated bullish divergence here. It's not really flat enough for me to call it an exaggerated, but it's there. The only thing that worries me with the MACD on Ethereum is we do have the W pattern, the bearish W pattern. And those are something that I typically look for a lot of times on the MACD. It's one of the very few indicators that truly I could stand by. All right. And that would be right here. Whenever you see this double loop like this, it's a pretty good indicator of a strong move. Now, it could be used for the upside. Like I said, the whales love to use these indicators to trick the masses into one position and then use the same exact bearish momentum to pump Bitcoin. So the way the market's looking, and especially not just crypto, but obviously the stock market, unlocking this infinite liquidity, as long as people believe in the currency and are happy and complicit, the currency still has value. I do think that we could see a very, very prosperous time across the board, whether it's crypto, whether it's stocks. And even though I disagree with why and how it's happening, I can't fight it. I'm just one person. I don't make the laws. But it would be the perfect time for Bitcoin to pump, for anything to pump. So we have to remember that. We have to remember that. And even though we have been burnt in this region before, who knows what could happen? Now, on Bitcoin in particular, a lot of you guys know that I was trying to look for an Adam and Eve pattern on the macro. You know, the Adam here, and then we would go down and make an Eve here. Particularly, a lot of the times in the past when we have formed that pattern, especially after the last consolidation, sometimes it does turn into a double Eve. She brought her twin sister, double the fun. But I do think there is a chance for an Omnitis Adam and Eve. And that is a very, very rare pattern in whatever market that you're looking at. Omnitis is the French word for reverse. I don't know why they opted for that one, but that's what it's called. And that would mean that we already have Eve. We already have Eve right here. All right. So perhaps we already have Eve and we just completed Adam and we're trying our best to actually propel ourselves forwards. Having problems talking here. Did you get stopped out? Yes, I did. Unfortunately, get stopped out. My stop was at 8,900, and I'm just waiting for it to get back above. I would say 9,100 for me to re-enter once again. Perhaps I might take a chance on it. It's just too up in the air right now. I want to give it room to breathe. Obviously, I don't want to miss the move. I don't want to miss the entry, but I do want to be patient. I don't want to FOMO into a short or FOMO into a long too early. I just want to wait for this little upset here to stabilize and see what happens. Obviously, if we don't catch the immediate short out of the uptrend, we'll try to catch it at one of the supports as it breaks, or perhaps on a retest to the upside. That's what I'm going to be trying to do, trying to look for. That's my plan going forward. We don't miss you. We miss Fish. Oh, he's sleeping right there on the pile of clothes I have not folded yet. Dude, I just washed those. You gotta be kidding me, man. We going down? Perhaps. You know, obviously, I don't lean one way or the other. My job here is to give you the facts. That's what I'm seeing. As of right now, everything is still in place for a good bounce. I just think a lot of people that particularly are playing on the smaller time frames, they get wrapped up in these small pushes. And to them, they're convinced. But for me, it's just a wick. We've seen that many, many times, especially back here. How many times did we drop down to what? Was it 6,300 and then went shooting back up? Obviously, much different times. We got a lot more liquidity coming in the market nowadays. So we'll see how it does. Let's see. What's up, Kite? Haven't seen you in a while. What's up, man? How you doing? Dude, long time no see. Taking a break myself, as well as looking into different things in general. Do you still hold with a portfolio as well as not all and just trading bots? I don't use any bots. I've done everything manually ever since I started trading. It just I just don't feel the need for it right now, and especially because I've only been trading for what, 2 years? I wanna make sure that everything I do is for a purpose, and that way I can learn from it even if I lose. And one of the things that I really wanna tell people is stop stressing out. You can't control what the market does. The only 3 things that you can control in trading is why you enter, when you enter, and how much you risk. If you can control those things and focus on those things only, and then just be patient and let everything work itself out, you're gonna have a great time, whether it's win or lose. But you do only need to have a 40% win ratio in order to be profitable. Obviously, we got to shoot for much higher for that, especially for the project we got going. But it is what it is. Because I see a lot of people just stressing out too damn much about these small moves. Focus on the big picture and then you get big money. Big picture, big money. All right. Let's see here. Um, Also sucks. Ingots run out soon and will be can't be long here until. But still, see you're back. The MACD loop. looks like a smiley face. It always does. Either that or something else. Let's see. Favorite indicators. My favorite indicator of all time would be the RSI, especially if you use it as if it's price action. It's absolutely fantastic. It can show you when you've hit a double top, a double bottom, even before price action has had a chance to even look like it. So definitely one of the best indicators around. How's the $100 account? It's still sitting steady. I really haven't been able to do much with it. We're sitting around like $1,000. That's all we got. Let's see. Word auto changed. I'm in HODL as well as not trade. Yeah, I've been buying a lot of altcoins, in particular Monero. I'm still standing by my statements on that. Monero is going to be one of the best performers in this market in this next cycle. I don't want to say I can guarantee it, but I got a high belief in it. Just because it has a very similar story to Bitcoin, and typically not the most PC way of looking at things. But if you can find out what the criminals are doing, that's typically where the money's going. All right. And that's why government is such a money hog. All right. So, uh, pretty much Monero, more private than Bitcoin. I wouldn't say it's faster. Obviously, the network's not up to par yet, but a lot of corporations, organizations, I should say, are moving to that route. And yeah, I mean, obviously, don't use it for illicit activities, but we can trade it. We can hold it. Chainsaw bars. How you doing, man? What's going on? Do you own any Link? Unfortunately, no. I have looked at it a couple times. I just, I don't know. I'm not convinced on it. I like to kind of limit myself to what I'm looking at. I just don't like divvying up my consciousness between multiple different things, especially when I trade, but also in the research and time that I put into things. So for this next cycle, the coins that I am particularly leaning into would be Basic Attention Token, Monero, Ethereum, and those are the big ones. There's a couple other small ones, but I'll mention those. Do you trade stocks or just follow the Nasdaq? So I trade Bitcoin. Bitcoin is my money maker. That's what I trade on a daily basis. Obviously, when it's permissible, but I take that money that I earn, I put it into other things because obviously you gotta not put all your eggs in one basket. Crypto addicted snarf. Welcome back, Kite. We missed you. I missed you too, buddy. Thank you very much. Thanks for showing up. Let's see here. Do you think anything of the blood diamonds on MC Daily and Today? Absolutely. Absolutely. A lot of people go, blood diamonds have failed me way too many times. But I tried to give some advice to somebody in Crypto Faces chat a little while ago. It might have been a month ago, don't know when. But he was basically saying the blood diamonds are just not working out. They're not they're not dumping. They just keep pumping. And what I was trying to tell him was the glass ball, well, not the glass ball, but the glass and the ball analogy. If you see a blood diamond, you need to do one of two things. Okay. Well, actually, you need to do both things. You need to, one, be aware that there's a possibility of a very strong bearish divergence, as well as that you need to see if that very strong bearish divergence could be used to pump Bitcoin. Like I said, it is momentum oscillators, it is the transfer of energy from one side to another. And if the energy cannot expel to the downside, it does not disappear, it does not just vanish into thin air. It needs to go somewhere. So it has to go up. So we'll see. Like I said, that's kind of the main basis of why I still think we could pump. Obviously, like I said, tomorrow's daily total close is what I'm really looking for. I really want to look for a average body below the support that I have drawn here. Once I see that, I would be willing to bet more towards the downside. It's an if this and that statement. Obviously, a lot of people that go by gut feeling. Now, it's all right to use intuition once you've been playing the game long enough. But what if you're just doing regular trading, if you're trading the robot method, as I preach to a lot of people, writing a trading plan, which is writing your software for your robot that is yourself, it always has to be an if this then that statement. There is no room for emotions. So now I do have to get going, guys. I know our time together was short, I would love to stay longer, but my sister's coming up from Richmond to my parents' house, and I just want to go visit with them for a little bit. They were supposed to be here at 4:30. It's 4:48. So I gotta get going, gotta bounce. But like I said, guys, I'm sorry I was away for so long. I hope I didn't hurt anybody's feelings. But we're back now. We're back on a regular schedule. So I appreciate it. Thank you very much, guys. And I'll see you next time. We'll start saying goodbye. Still looking fresh? Oh, you know. Who was that? Was that you in the chat, in the Telegram that was saying you just got that fresh haircut and now it's almost gonna be time for a cleanup? It's looking a little bit wacky right now because I just got out of the shower and I didn't do anything to it. You know, you guys know me. I like my product and like looking pretty because until I get skinny, my hair's all I got. uh, I remember Kai doing 6-hour live streams. That's back when I was, I was a different person. I was a different person that time. Uh, I don't know. That was back when I had fresh eyes and I could look at the market, and I wasn't influenced by anybody else. I really didn't have a YouTube following. I didn't have anybody looking up to me. All my decisions were for me and for me only. Now I do have to kind of limit myself in terms of what I say here because I know there's people out there that kind of take what I say and they immediately go trade it. That's not my intention here. Obviously, if that was my intention, I would have a lot more viewers. I would have a lot more stuff going on because obviously, what people want is they want to come into your live stream, be convinced to trade one way. That way, if they win, they can say thank you. And that way, if they lose, they're absolved of all of their, I don't know, what's the word I'm looking for? Consequences. But I know you guys, especially the people that showed up today. If you guys showed up today, you guys are absolutely awesome. For me to leave that long and then for you guys to just come back, say hello, like nothing happened, and not call me names, like do what you didn't live stream and I didn't know what to do. That's what you sound like if you do think that way. But I appreciate it, guys. Thank you very much. And I guess I'll see you guys on Monday. And last night I did plan on streaming at like 6:30. But around like 4:30, I laid down for a nap because I knew that I wouldn't be able to make it. And yeah, I slept through 3 alarms. There's like some version of me when I'm sleeping that's completely zombie like. I could get up, I could do something, I could talk to somebody, go back to sleep, and I'd have no recollection of what happened whatsoever. So, zombie me turned off my alarms. I went back to bed. I woke up around, I think, 5:30 a.m. today, which is actually pretty awesome. So, the past week, I would have been here earlier, but the past week, I've been trying to do the roundabout. I have terrible success with trying to stay up in order to reset my sleep schedule or go to bed earlier to reset my sleep schedule. So I've kind of happened to do like a stay up 1 extra hour, wake up 1 extra hour later, and then do a roundabout method. So it's taken me a little bit, but we're back. We're alive. We're not dead. I'm not in a neck brace. There's so many crazy things that are said when somebody leaves for just a little while. But I know in the world of crypto, things move fast, and everybody's watching the 1 minute time frame. So it's like something happens every single second. But just chill out, breathe, let the trades come to you. From one of the books I read, and I'll share those with you before I leave. One of the best quotes I read from one of these books was let the market commit to you before you commit to the market. And I couldn't have said it any better. And that's why I try to preach to people. But that is just a perfect explanation of what I would love for myself and others to practice. Is wait for the setups that you know are profitable before taking them on. And that's why a lot of the times in these books, if you guys are going to purchase or find the PDFs for these books, and you guys do actually take the time to read them, what I would recommend you do is go ahead and every single example that they give, go find it on a chart. It could be Bitcoin, it could be Ethereum, it could be whatever. Take your time with these books because that's what I did. And that's why it took me so long is because I was reading them and I would spend 2 hours finding just a couple of examples and then just making sure that I really understand the information because otherwise it's just useless at that point. But let me go ahead and sign into my playbooks here. That way I can go ahead and let you guys know. Let's go. Boom. Do you have any recommendation for the books? Yes. In terms of, do you mean like what platform, or do I recommend a hardback? Eat an edible that would knock you out if you want sleep. I've been taking a break from all that stuff. It's just not. It's not in my vocabulary right now. But over here, we got the visual guide to Elliott Wave trading. Would be the first one that I would recommend you guys start with. It's simple and easy. It's basically like a coloring book for traders. So if that is something you're interested in, that would be the first one that I start with. I think collectively all of these together, I think that I got them in a bundle deal for I think like 125, 130, something like that. And a lot of people go, that's too much, but you're going to make a lot of money if you learn this material. As well as that, you can always find the PDFs, all that good stuff online if you do want to get it for free. But I'm always in the boat that if you put your time, money, and effort into something, you're more likely to take it seriously and it's more likely to stick. So I'm not promoting these books to fill the pockets of the people who wrote them, even though they do deserve it because this is great information. It's more for you than the other people involved. Obviously, within reason. A lot of people associate price tags with value and the quality of something, but that's not always true. But this is true. The next one I would recommend you guys reading would be the case for modification of R and Elliott Wave's impulse wave structure. This one particularly talks about how there could be very radical changes that the normal method does not cover. So, Elliott Wave Trading, the visual guide, will give you a good idea of what it's supposed to look like, and then the harmonic Elliott wave case for modification will give you a more detailed and in-depth way of finding targets, different mathematical formulas for said targets, as well as that different structures that are not told to you in the Elliott wave trading or even in the Elliott wave principle. So those are the ones that I would recommend. I know a lot of people, they don't like Elliott wave. And that might be because you have not looked into the case of modification for Elliott Wave. It definitely set a lot of things in a clear manner that were kind of up in the air when I was reading through the first couple of books. But besides that, that's pretty much all. Uh, take DMT and stare at the BTC chart. DMT is not for staring at anything in this world. All right. I know a lot of people that go, "You should look into a mirror and smoke DMT." No, no, just go where you're supposed to go. Let's see. Appreciate it, ever. Appreciate it, man. All right, guys, I'm gonna go spend some time with family. I appreciate it. Thank you very much, and I'll see you guys on Monday. I actually might even take it a couple hours earlier. I know we went from 8:30 to 6:30. Maybe we will do 4:30 now. It definitely works better for my schedule. I'll be more awake, more alert. Because if I am waking up at 5:30 a.m., I'm probably gonna start getting a little bit sleepy around 6:30 to 8 o'clock. So I don't want to I want to give you guys my best. So we might actually switch it to 4:30. Hopefully that works for everybody. I know that'll help some people out in Europe and in India and in Asia. Even though it still would be a little bit later there, definitely a lot later there. But I appreciate it. Thank you very much, guys, and peace out, I guess. I don't want to leave. I keep making excuses not to leave, but we're not going to go off on another tangent. I will see you guys on Monday. I am more than excited to be back and talking to you guys on a daily basis. Well, not on a daily basis, but a bi daily basis. And yeah, I appreciate you guys very much. You guys are a huge part of my life. And like I said, it does feel weird when I leave for that period of time, but it's refreshing as well. So I appreciate the time that you gave me to take a little break without much pressure. And hopefully I can help some of you guys out from here on out. I appreciate it. All right, guys, let's go ahead to the stream ending screen and got one more song for you, actually, by the same exact artist that you heard coming in. Many of you guys have heard these songs thousands of times, but there's a reason for it. They speak highly of what I'm thinking. That's all. So let's go ahead and end it with this last song. And yeah, see you guys Monday. Bye bye, guys.
Hate it when you're here, but you're not here. Hate it when you're friends from the old peers. Hate it when you talk, but you don't hear. Hate it when your energy feels weird. Last time I think I laughed, it was last year. Made more money last month than the past year. When everything feels fake, only facts here. I remember working back as a cashier. Simple at times, I would spend 3 weeks till the page is empty. They hang on every word I fucking say. Well, I appreciate you, wait for my perspective. Gotta keep it real, there's something else in play. Something I can't explain, yeah. Like the lyrics I find in my mind will put in my brain, damn. Is it really that deep? Maybe it's me. Then one day I came across what the Romans believed, and even the Greek. You see, they believe we create from our genius, not in our genes. That got me to think about rappers who claim that they're more than just human. Promote what they pour in their drink, what's making me think I needed a substance to create with something that wasn't in me. But pardon me, please, fuck all that nonsense. I believe that my music is bigger than me, if I'm being honest. And I think that it's slave for an artist to claim they're a god or a goddess, because that type of thinking is silently killing off all of our artists. All the industry profit filling their wallets. Damn. Feel like I'm on a hamster wheel. While I focus on making the music, you don't need your hands to feel. Is it fair when we follow our passion, we barely can land a meal? In an industry where they can take, they don't need hands to steal. They told me go get a degree. We're stupid for following dreams. Your job is to push me to think and say you just heard in the sheet. I feel like my soul in the eat. I told them I need to pursue what I love. If not, then I'm making this money for what? By shit from my brain, like by someone that does. I needed to find out who I really was now. They would never get it. Said I couldn't do it, so they were sure when I did it. They never could see the vision, they never wanted me winning. I never needed opinion, I never was one to finish. Too fast to follow along, then I bring it back in a minute. I take the beat for a trip and I bring it back when I'm finished. I see my room as a womb and I better grow while I'm in it. I'm living, but am I living? I can't even tell the difference. Since the last 4 lines, it's been about 1 week. Anxiety hit me real hard, and I think I've been sacrificing my own mental to prove the potential in me with the music they see. Cause the more that I'm making, the more that they need. The more that I'm open, the more that I bleed. The more that they lie, the less I believe. The more that I please them, the less that I'm me. I've been back and forth daily. Am I even making art? Did the art make me? No wonder why I'm feeling lost lately. Do they hate the art? Do they really hate me? They're so negative on the daily. But I don't need your help. To me, I'm twice as mean. Yeah, I'm twice as mean. It seeming like your dream is really only taking shots at my self-esteem, motherfucker. You question why you should care. Like this don't affect what I do. But maybe, just maybe, if you change your thinking, then you will find you start believing in you. You see, as a human, you're made to create, not just sit at a desk with some paper and glue. And maybe, just maybe, we do have a genius. So all of the blame and the praise is for two. Damn. So who am I when the world tells me who I should be? Look around, you'll see ideas are essential as air and sleep. Everything you see, it came from the mind of a human being. That's mind-blowing. You're not your mistakes and the fears you think. And I think I need to pray and take care of myself more. Deep hidden in my mind's where you'll find peace of mind. 4.